The Lord be with you.
And also with you.
The continuation of the Holy Gospel according to St. John in the 1st chapter, beginning from the 29th verse.
Lord, give you us.
The next day John seeth Jesus coming unto him, and said, Behold the Lamb of God, which taketh away the sin of the world. This is he of whom I said, After me cometh a man which is preferred before me, for he was before me. And I knew him not, but that he should be made manifest to Israel. Therefore am I come baptizing with water? And John bare record, saying, I saw the Spirit descending from heaven like a dove, and it abode upon him. And I knew him not, but he that sent me to baptize with water, the same said unto me, Upon whom thou shalt see the Spirit descending and remaining on him, the same is he which baptizeth with the Holy Ghost. And I saw and bear record that this is the Son of God. Again the next day after John stood, and two of his disciples, and looking up upon Jesus as he walked, he said, Behold the Lamb of God. And the two disciples heard him speak, and they followed Jesus. Then Jesus turned and saw them following, and said unto them, What seek ye? They said unto him, Rabbi, which is to say, being interpreted, Master, where dwellest thou? He said unto them, Come and see. They came and saw where he dwelt, and abode with him that day. For it was about the 10th hour. One of the two which heard John speak and followed him was Andrew, Simon Peter's brother. He first findeth his own brother Simon, and said unto him, We have found the Messiah, which is being interpreted the Christ. And he brought him to Jesus. And when Jesus beheld him, he said, Thou art Simon, the son of Jonah. Thou shalt be called Cephas, which is in interpretation meaning a stone. This is the gospel of Christ. Explain a Hebrew word in order to help his Greek readers to understand better. A Hebrew word. He explained so that his Greek readers could understand better. Messiah and Christ are the same word. Messiah is Hebrew and Christ is Greek. Both means the anointed one. In the ancient world, kings were anointed with oil at their coronation. Messiah and Christos both means God's anointed king. We do not possess a great deal of information about Andrew compared to the other disciples. But even the little that we know perfectly paints his character. He is one of the most attractive men in the apostolic band. Here, we want to look at Andrew's two outstanding characters. And our theme is to share the glory. He was always prepared, Andrew, to take the second place. Again and again, he is identified as Simon Peter's brother. It is clear that he lived under the shadow of Peter. People might not know who Andrew was, but everyone knew who Peter was. Andrew was not one of the inner circle of the disciples. Did Peter not owe his meeting with Jesus to Andrew? Might he not reasonably have expected a foremost place in the apostolic band? But all that never, ever occurred to Andrew. He was quite content to stand back and let his brother have the limelight. Quite content to play a humble part in the company of the 12. To Andrew, matters of precedence and place of honor did not matter much to him. All that mattered was to be with Jesus and to serve him as he could. It will be good for the parishioners of St. Andrew's in Lamine to know that Andrew is the patron saint of all who humble and loyally and ungrudgingly took the second place. He had the character of bringing people to Christ. He is characteristically the man who always introduced others to Jesus. There are only 3 times in the gospel story when Andrew is brought in the center of the stage. Only 3 times. And we do not hear much about him again. When he brought Peter to Jesus in John chapter 6, verse 8 and 9, when he brought to Jesus the boy with the 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish, that was the second time. And the third time was in John chapter 12, verse 12, when he brings the inquiring Greek into the presence of Jesus Christ. It was his great joy to bring others to Jesus. He stands out as the man whose one desire was to share the glory. To share the glory. He had a missionary heart. Having himself found the friendship of Jesus, he spent all his life in introducing others to that friendship. A great evangelist is that he could not keep Jesus to himself. Let's take another turn. When Andrew brought Peter to Jesus, Jesus looked at Peter. It describes a concentrated intent